Putin's army is doomed and he knows it. If you're not aware of what's going on in world politics and why Putin is terrified, you're at the right spot, here at Military Intelligence. Let's untangle what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, and what the MQ-9 Reaper drone has to do with it. The fact that Russian forces are still present on the battlefield nearly 2 months later after the invasion of Ukraine has caused considerable damage to Moscow's military prowess and morale. This fact is going to figure prominently in the writings of military historians for many years to come, regardless of the outcome of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. If the opinions of those who specialize in the military are to be believed, the part that drones have played so far in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine will also become an important part of history. It is considered that drones, unmanned aerial vehicles, or unmanned combat aircraft are rewriting the rules of this war. A military expert working for the RAND Corporation named John Paracchini has stated that the tank was crucial at one point, but now drones may be the more decisive weapon system. It has also been asserted that Ukraine has performed noticeably better than Russia thus far in this conflict involving drones. The Ukrainian military has been successful in destroying Russian resupply vehicles and surface-to-air missile launchers with the assistance of their fleet of military drones, which include indigenous models, military gifts from supporting countries, and an imported model that was built in Turkey called the Bayraktar TB2. According to reports, during the nocturnal ambush, the unmanned Ukrainian aircraft dropped small bombs on the Russian lead car, which, in combination with the mines, created a pileup. And it was the Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, that were instrumental in foiling Russia's plan to seize the airport in the vicinity of Kiev. To combat Russia, Ukraine will soon be armed with the lethal MQ-9 Reaper unmanned aerial vehicle. Both the General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper and the MQ-1 Predator, which the Reaper was designed to replace, are among the most recognizable unmanned aerial vehicles ever created. Their extensive usage throughout the global war on terror as a surveillance and hunter-killer platforms has inextricably tied them with the hostiles that are taking place in Iraq and Afghanistan. The lethal drones have also been portrayed in popular media, such as movies and video games, which has increased the amount of exposure the public has had to them. Despite the fact that Russia is maintaining its military activities in Ukraine, the armed forces of Ukraine are continuing to receive support from the West. The most recent contribution to the military comes in the form of the legendary MQ-9 Reaper. Officials from the Ukrainian government met with the representatives from General Atomics in April 2022 to talk about purchasing MQ-1C Grey Eagle and MQ-9 Reaper unmanned aerial vehicles. Concerns on the other side that the drones would find their way into Russian hands slowed down the process of reaching any official agreements. In addition, a deal with General Atomics was put on hold out of concern that the United States inventories of the essential UAVs would be depleted. Instead, Ukraine has relied heavily on the unmanned combat aerial vehicle known as the Bayraktar TB2 that was manufactured in Turkey during its conflict with Russia. The United States has given Ukraine approval to purchase heavy attack drones, and reports indicate that General Atomics will be supplying the MQ-9 series of unmanned aerial vehicles. It has been revealed that General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, Inc. will provide Ukraine with the MQ-9 series of medium-altitude unmanned aerial vehicles that are able to carry Hellfire missiles. Janes was informed by a representative of the corporation that there is a plan to send the MQ-9 drone to Kiev as a part of a larger help package intended for Eastern Europe. According to the article, the company did not want to reveal too much information to the public in order to avoid jeopardizing the benefits that come with the MQ-9 family. According to a statement made by a spokeswoman for the business, General Atomics is dedicated to the protection of partners in Eastern Europe, and we hope to ultimately provide similar capabilities to the armed forces of Ukraine. According to the source, the delivery has not yet taken place, and allegations that Reapers have already been deployed in Ukraine are premature. No timetable has been provided for the delivery of the drones to Kiev by either the government of the United States or the company. At the very least, since April, the United States administration has been giving a serious consideration to a request from Ukraine to supply them with heavily armed drones. According to a report by Reuters, the United States intends to deliver the MQ-1C Grey Eagle drone to Ukraine. This drone was developed by General Atomics. Despite sharing the same ancestry as other members of the MQ-9 family, the Grey Eagle is technically not considered to be one of them. Concerns regarding the technology's ability to maintain its secrecy and to function normally in contested airspace are the primary factors slowing down the production of these drones. Officials are partially concerned about how the readiness of the United States Armed Forces could be impacted if the drone were to be supplied from its existing stockpiles. The Ukrainian capital of Kiev has made it quite clear that identifying Russian army deployments is of the utmost importance. On the other hand, a number of officials in Ukraine and fighter pilots in the country are of the opinion that the Grey Eagle will be ineffectual on the battlefield. There is concern among Ukrainian fighter pilots and some officials that advanced Russian air defense systems could easily bring down Ukrainian Grey Eagle spacecrafts. Poland acquires MQ-9. Recent negotiations between Poland and General Atomics resulted in the signing of a lease deal for the supply of the MQ-9A Reaper remotely piloted aircraft. According to a statement made by GA in a news release that linked the business transaction to the war in Ukraine, the sale of an undisclosed number of drones has a value of $70.6 million. The company, with its headquarters in the United States, stated that the KTAS is unwavering in its support for both Poland and the NATO alliance, despite the ongoing violence in the region. Mariusz Błaszczak, the Chief Defense for Poland, and Lloyd Austin, the Secretary of Defense for the United States, recently had a conversation on supporting Ukraine and resolved to continue their close collaboration to boost deterrence and defense. Warsaw has been on a buying and modernizing binge as of late, and they have just finalized negotiations to purchase rocket launchers, light combat aircraft, tanks, and howitzers built in Korea. On October 4th, Błaszczak made the following statement: "We know how the Ukrainian army's resistance is built, and we have no doubts that the anti-aircraft and anti-missile defense are a key part of security. Despite this, Poland's capacity to conduct persistent aerial ISR, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, and support its defense forces will be improved as a result of the addition of the MQ-9A Reaper. Additionally, as soon as Poland and Ukraine get their drones, they will become operators of the MQ-9 UAV family, joining the United States of America, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, and Belgium." General Atomics did not address whether or not the drones will be armed, but the fact that the United States government has given its approval for heavy assault drones suggests that the drones will be armed. The MQ-9 has the ability to drop weapons such as the AGM-114 Hellfire air-to-ground missile and the GBU-12 Paveway-2 laser-guided bomb. Additionally, the business claimed that the MQ-9B maritime surveillance configuration, known as Sea Guardian, has recently started providing assistance to the Japan Coast Guard in the form of activities. The MQ-9 Reaper has an endurance of more than 27 hours, can fly at speeds of up to 240 KTAS, and can reach altitudes of up to 50,000 feet, or 15.240 meters. It has the payload capacity of 3,850 pounds, or 1,746 kilograms, which includes the ability to transport 3,000 pounds, or 1,361 kilograms of external supplies. Full motion video, synthetic aperture radar with moving target indicator, and maritime radar are the three technologies that it utilizes to provide long-term surveillance capabilities. Because it utilizes a fault-tolerant flight control system and a triple redundant avionics systems architecture, the MQ-9A Block 5 is exceptionally reliable. It is meant to not only meet, but even exceed the reliability standards for manned aircraft. Comment your thoughts below. Should the US keep on supplying the necessities to the Ukraine military? And how much will this impact Russian troops? That's all for the video today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more military intelligence.